Reckless Ben is a YouTube content creator, and he does these crazy, wacky uh, videos where he infiltrates Scientologists, the Scientology building. He goes after people who do horrible things to people. Brian Mansell contacted Reckless Ben in hopes to getting back, of all things, a $200,000 Star Wars Lego collection. See, what happened was Brian went into bricks and minifigs in hopes of selling this very large uh, collection, which was all Star Wars stuff. So we're talking a lot of cashola at play here, and it was around $200,000 that they were going to give him, or as a transaction. So what happened was, in the process, the store took the items. It was a large quantity of items, and they proceeded to say, okay, we have to have a few days so that we can itemize everything. So that's what they did. The guy, Brian, says, okay, fine, I'm gonna go, and I'm going to come back later. For some reason, after Brian left, after they signed the papers and everything, the owner of the store, or the store person who ran that branch of the store, got in trouble. Got in trouble with um, the corporation, and they came in and they seized the store. Corporation seized the store and kicked the owner out, and so corporation took hold of all the merchandise in that store. Now, when Brian went back to the store to collect his money, the new owners, or the people who have now took over the store, said, no, we don't owe you nothing, and you're not getting back your $200,000 worth of merchandise. It's ours now, and you're tough titties. You're out of luck. Out of luck. So then Brian went online and found. I mean, he exhausted everything, and for some reason, he found Reckless Ben. Reckless Ben. This is where Reckless Ben comes into play, and he asked Reckless Ben, "Can you, I think Reckless Ben saw his story and contacted him. Somebody contacted somebody." And so Reckless Ben said, okay, hey, listen, I'm going to go in and I will try to uh, get you your merchandise back. Well, I'll tell you what, that did not work out very well. It started in March, this whole drama, this whole thing. So Reckless Ben went into the local store, and he went in with good faith, and he asked the current shop owner, the person who's running it, hey, I'm here to pick up my friend's Lego set. And the lady looked at him and said, no, who are you? What? No, first she said, who are you? And what do you want here? And he said, hey, I'm here to pick up Brian's Lego set. And all of a sudden, the lady goes, no, I don't think so. You are, we no. Then she went and called the corporation, the owner, somebody. The owner told the person who was in charge of the store at the time called the police. We're not giving back their product. So this whole story has it has a life of its own. To be honest with you, this whole thing is absolutely crazy. How it has gone from oh, I'm going to help you out to now it's gone to a whole nother stratospheric level where people like myself and others are weighing in on this incredibly crazy story. Reckless Ben, he's been to the store. He's went as far. The owner of the property said, "Okay, well, I'll tell you what. If you try to sue us, he's got this on recording. He recorded it. The guy said, if you try to sue us, we're going to make it so difficult that you will never recoup your Lego set. It would be best if you just let it go." They are not only threatening him with that, the police have gotten involved and they have harassed Reckless Ben. Yes, harassed. 100% harassment. I'm a guy that backs the police department and I love backing the blue. But in this instance, guys and gals, this whole thing is becoming, I don't know, very shady. Very shady. The latest in the saga, Reckless Ben decided to start a Patreon page for Brian for his Lego set, $200,000 Lego set. And the owners of Bricks and Minifig said, hey, we're going to write a letter to CEO of Patreon and tell him, hey, and they tried to strong arm the Patreon owner. They asked him, hey, take it down, blah blah blah. They're violating the law, whatever. Well, just recently, in the last couple days, the owner or the CEO of the Patreon website came out and made a video. Now, I'm going to say this. In today's technology, I don't know if this video is really him talking. It may look like his face, but I don't know if it's really his voice. So I take this with a grain of salt, and I'm going to see how this transpires. But this is an incredible story. I feel bad. The guy, Brian, wanted to get the money for his elderly father who is going through some medical problems, and he just was trying to do a good thing, and unfortunately it's turned into this saga. Now, I mean, it's just incredible. I can't not believe how much they are stonewalling Brian and his Lego set. It's just incredible what they're doing to him. This is what I believe should happen. What I believe should happen. What I think is happening. And what has happened. Alright. I think what happened was this. Yes, the items are in that store. And they figured that they don't have to pay anything back because they took over the store and all other property, all other agreements were not while they were taken over. I think they were starting to sell the merchandise and they were going to keep the profits for themselves. That's why they can't give that back. And they've dug themselves into a hole, a supposed hole, and they may be in trouble. All I think what most of us who are watching this saga unfold just want to say, hey, if you don't want to give them the $200,000, just give them back their set. Just give it all back. But they say, oh, no, no, no. We ain't going to give it back. We're not going to give it back. We're not going to give it back. We're not going to give it back. So you do have it. Oh, well, we're not going to give it back. We don't want to give it back. We're not going to give it back. We're not going to give it back. We're not going to give it back. You mean to tell me this? Okay, I will if I ever got into the Lego business, the Lego side of the collection, I would never go to bricks and minifigs. They've already demonstrated just on this alone how untrustworthy they are as a company. And if it turns out that Reckless Ben and Brian concocted the story to make some sort of capital gain, well then, you know what? Shame on them too. But I have to believe that there's something more going on here. They've got the police and they got the Utah police in their back pocket for some reason. They're doing things to Reckless Ben that are just bizarre. I don't understand how anybody else cannot. I don't understand how the state of Utah, the state police, somebody else other than the local American Fork Police Station department, how somebody else outside of that department doesn't come in and investigate. Hey, wait a second, time out. This isn't right. This is not right. This is not right. Somebody needs to look at something. You need to prosecute. Somebody defense attorney. I don't know. I'm not. I just think that somebody should look into this that has some higher up in looking and just making decisions, because this is ridiculous. Where is the old adage, the customer is always right? Where is that? I grew up with that notion, customer's always right. If the customer wants it, give it back to them. If you got the product, if you've got the $200,000 piece of equipment, just give it back. At this point, you will save face if you just give it back. I don't know. This is absolutely crazy. And hopefully, I mean, and not only that, guys, they've had filed lawsuits, small claims in a different state. Reckless Ben filed lawsuits in a different state. Reckless Ben is. It is incredible. I urge you, if you haven't, to get a better understanding of what I'm talking about, I urge you to go to Reckless Ben's YouTube channel, watch the progression of this story. It is mind-boggling. It is quite upsetting that a store would do this to a customer. It's these stores. Oh, come on in and bring your stuff in, and we'll sell it, or we'll buy it. You sell it to us, we'll buy it. It's like GameStop, another store that's really notorious for ripping the people off, which I understand. They have to make their money back, but I think there was a store, I don't know if they're still around, called Play It Again Sports. And they did the same thing. They bring your crap in. Not crap. Bring your old items, your footballs, your golf clubs, your blah, 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 and we'll buy it. And you get cash back. Okay. Sounds like a good idea. Sounds like a logical thing. That says, hey, yeah. And then when you bring it in, they chop block you, and they don't give you what actually is worth. But again, I understand. Everybody has to make money. I got that. But in closing, not that my 2 cents really matter, but I don't know. Just give the damn stuff back. Just give the stuff back. At this point, I think the people realize that doing business with bricks and minifigs, not a good idea.